Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you are in this world. This is Janine with an update for Litecoin. Litecoin had 5 impulse wave up. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Every time 5 waves complete for an impulse, the requisite correction cannot be avoided. And that's exactly what it's doing right now. I have labeled the correction as A, B, C, the 3-wave sequence. The subwave composition of the C wave shows it as 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D, E, 4, 4, Elliott wave triangle, and a decline to 5. Now, how far will it go? I think the region of this support line is very likely. And that range would be at around 33.51 to 22.81. It's probably not too far. However, I will also expect a spike down as well. And that kind of a spike down could be very capitulatory. In other words, for the unprepared, for the unaware, it'll be very scary, so to speak. Now, the vertical nature of this shows that it's likely a wave 4. I'm sorry, it's likely a wave 3 decline. Subwave of 5. So declining from current stage where the price is right now from 30 to the low 20s is, I believe, very likely. What is pretty interesting is that this zone of support pretty much held it up for a few months. I'm not sure if this will hold it up. In other words, what I'm saying is, could wave C be equivalent to this region? Now, I am not a gloom and doomer because I do believe in the cryptocurrency still. I've been through these kind of corrections now, I believe, 5 times in the Bitcoin. So it has to be said, can Litecoin decline even as far as the single digits? It is possible. The target still is there. However, with the current count that I have at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 subwaves of the Red Sea, we are likely on wave 5. There should be some kind of a bounce. And depending on how that bounce really goes, in other words, if it's not a reversal bounce, and it becomes, let's say, another triangle, just like here, then I think we'll be looking at another decline. But much of this depends on how Bitcoin performs. Everything, just about every coin, will follow Bitcoin. And even XRP soon won't be able to defy the gravity of the Bitcoin decline. If you can see the pattern, the neckline can be drawn here as a left shoulder head and a right shoulder. If we take the line from the distance from the neckline to the head, we're looking at a potential of it going to single digits. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, there is that real potential for Litecoin to go to $4 to $6. That is not being stated to scare anybody, but to give you that awareness of that distinct possibility, which is, in my opinion, a probability. So yes, if this just cuts through this support area, you have nothing until the single digits. And given how it has already passed through this support area, the left shoulder, in other words, once it does cut through this, it could be a stay away, step down, just like this. And it is already pretty much looking like that too. Look how at the terminal ends of it, especially here, it was more of a vertical decline. It had smaller vertical declines on the way down, just like here. Now this is the long vertical decline. That is the capitulatory phase. And I can't say that it is a top probability for this vertical phase to reach all the way down to single digits. usually it's not that far-reaching, scary as it may be. So my primary count says there may be a pause or a stop within the low 20s. If it cuts through that, my alternate says that we may be going for the single digits. But much of it will happen and depend with Bitcoin. Okay, that's it for Litecoin. Please consider it carefully. This is just my opinion. It is not a recommendation. You have to do your own due diligence. Thank you and have a great day.